Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah. And she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. Now my phone be blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might be coming at it. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a false-star, baby. Packing out to see this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, yeah.
Oh yeah, whoa, look. Frank Bailey. Let's go. Yeah, make it look easy. Hey, stand up guy, boy, I'm 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know. Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay? Cause baby, I'm him, I be on 10. Two-stepping in the party, I do not dance. Watch how I move, make it look easy. Counting up wins, that's part of the plan. Blackmail, taking up my haters a CC. That can't fail, all my victories on repeat. I'm knee deep, need a dub, best that you seek me. I'm too sick, yeah, I know I make it look easy, yeah. Tell them don't try to play me. Yeah, I'm drippy on the daily. They can never count me out, I know. They can never count me out, I know I make it look easy. Make it look easy. I know make it look easy. Make it look easy. I know I make it look easy. Too smooth, I make it look easy. I know we make it look easy. Make it look. I know. Love, shooting my shot, better play up. Make it look easy, that's a layup. Bad man. Why they wanna be like me, sad man? Too wavy, swallow your pride. All of my guys, call them, they slide. They will oblige. Called them, I told them, you playing with me. Now look, all of them starting to riot. Whoa, huh. When I'm in your city, it's magic. When I'm all in my bag, it gets tragic. When I see what I want, gotta have it. I can't let up, they made me a savage. I can't slow down my foot on the gas, yeah. Going way up from where I was last year. I'ma make it look easy, that's it. I know God got me, yeah, he got my back. These blessings falling in my lap. I came up, give it all I had. Rep my city, put them on my back. Hit my shots, I don't miss those. Straight up, I'ma let them know I don't fold. Make it look easy and they know. There's only one way for us to go. Can't hold me.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. win by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as like 9:30 to 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time when Bitcoin decides to rip past its yearly high. And guys, we got Bitcoin breaking $65,000, sitting right now at about 66K, give or take a few $100. Sitting at about $66,000, guys. Are we on our way to those all-time highs that we've had our eyes on for quite some time here? As you guys know, we have mainly been focusing on long positions, looking for that previous all-time high at $69,182 to come in. And we were just bing-bonging sideways over the weekend, and we finally got the breakout of that consolidation where we did catch a fresh long position in the premium Discord before the breakout. So I want to talk about that trade and my thoughts on Bitcoin and where I think it's going to go in the near term and the long term. Are we hitting those all-time highs? Are we going to break the all-time highs and make new all-time highs? Are we going to dump from here? What the heck is going on with Bitcoin? It definitely is starting to feel, or has been feeling, like a bull market. And guys, I also want to take a look at some altcoins on today's stream. Usually in the mornings, we only take a look at Bitcoin, but there are some specific alts I want to look at. As if you guys were tuned in on Monday's live stream in the morning last week, we were looking at Dogecoin, potentially looking for a massive breakout, and we literally got it that day a couple hours later, but this thing is absolutely flying right now. So I want to cover Dogecoin and potentially maybe on the morning stream, maybe on the night stream, I want to take a look at some altcoins that have not gotten their move yet that may be ready for a massive breakout. And if we called it on Doge, we're going to try to do it with these other altcoins as well. So before we get into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, which will essentially give you more chances to win some free stuff. Also, the next live stream that we get 1,000 likes on, we will be giving away 0.02 Bitcoin, which is over $1,200 a Bitcoin at this point, but it was $1,200 on Friday's live stream. But if we get 1,000 likes, guys, we will be giving away 0.02 Bitcoin, so smash that like button. And before we jump into it, let's just say hey, what's up to the Mafia real quick. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shouting out. Yo, Dave, how are you getting the tiny little 3 on that C, bro? Shout out to Dave Digital. Shouting out Crimson Caravan Company. Dropping those candle emojis. Yo, he's dropping the Franklin emojis. Shout out to Dave Digital, man. What is going on? Crimson Caravan Company. As always, good to see you. Darren does things. What is going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Mike K. What is going on? He says, bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. We also got Zach in the chat. Creighton C. What is going on? Did we shout Creighton C out yet? Shout out to you, bro. We got Redman tuning in. What is going on, brother? Good to see you in here. We got G-Dub in the chat. JJ. JJ the J, shout out to you, man. Thank you for tuning in. He said, here we go. And without further ado, guys, Johnny Jackhammer just dropped in. So last but not least, we got Johnny Jackhammer and Self-Wealth Crypto. And shout out to Curtis Neal as well. Thank you for watching. And with all that being said, guys, all the housekeeping is out of the way. Let's go ahead and jump on into these fire Bitcoin charts. At least they're fire right now. Hopefully it doesn't dump. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart. And as you can see, obviously, let me hide this position really quick. Obviously, we have gotten a pretty nice breakout to the upside out of this sideways consolidation that we were sitting in for, I guess how long were we sitting in this little range here? We were sitting, come on, let me measure the dang. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so we were sitting in here for about 3 days, just bing bonging sideways, looking for that breakout to the upside. We indeed did get it. Now, guys, why were we expecting this to break up and not down? Well, first off, I do want to say we did not know 100% if it was going to break out. Obviously, trading is a game of probabilities, so there was a chance we were going to break down, but it did look more likely that we would get that push to the upside, warranting that long position that I did just hide. Where is it? Come on. There we go. Making me look for this long position that we entered in the premium Discord last week. And it did wind up finally breaking out and paying us out. Sometimes you have to have patience for these trades to play out, guys. But obviously, I'll pull up that trade in just a minute. But one of the reasons we were looking for that breakout, guys, not only had to do with what market cipher B was looking like, which is not on the chart right now. There it is. But it was not only that, but it was also the fact that, number one, guys, we were in the middle of this volume profile. And if you guys have tuned into the live streams, you know, once you hold that value area low, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that POC. And then once you flip that POC to support, the next likely spot for price to go is going to be that value area high, which was sitting here at about $64,700. Now, not only that, guys, we also had a weekly level and a daily naked point of control just above, which we expected to act as a magnet. And then also we did have that all-time high at about $69,000 that we have our eyes set on as being that kind of eventual major target to the upside. And this all tracks as this is the journey we need to take in order to get to that old all-time high. So many reasons to look for this breakout, guys. And again, if you guys watch the channel, you know we use these volume profiles to trade every single day. And this is the reason I want to talk about this a little bit before I get into the local price action and where I think price is going next, is because if we're able to show you how we were looking for these positions within this sideways area of consolidation, the next time a price decides to bing bong sideways, you'll be able to find that range, find your position, whether it is a short or a long position, and on the next big move for Bitcoin, you can be in a trade making money just like we are in the premium Discord and on this YouTube channel. If you pay close attention, I don't want to push people away from the premium, but there's enough information on here that if you pay attention, take notes, and actually apply what we teach here for free on the live streams, there is plenty of money to be had. But with that being said, guys, price ranges 80% of the time, right? You get that big move to the upside, and then you get a little kind of range. This one was a little wonky, obviously. And then you get another big move to the upside, and then you get a range. These ranges are where you want to find the positions. A lot of retail traders will try to get in on the big moves, right? And this is typically why they get chopped up so bad. For me, this is a no-trade zone. This is a no-trade zone. If I am not in a trade to enjoy these gains by just sitting back and relaxing, then I let the move happen and I catch the next one, right? Now, granted, we caught almost all of these moves, as I am still in my long position from all the way down here at 40,000, and I am also in my long position all the way down here at 28,000, so I am holding longs from lower. But this local long that we took, a lot of people will be like, well, what do I do if I'm not in a long position? We're not all long from 28K. We're not all long from 40K, so what do I do? And I tell people, not financial advice, but wait for that move, wait for some consolidation, find your value area, and then use that as context to find your next trade. Wait for price to come back down to the value area low, look for your position there, or you could have looked for one here or here, find those long positions, treat it as a range trade, and then when you get that bigger breakout to the upside, you are going to be long from the bottom, as we are right now in the premium Discord with the position that I just showed, which I'm not gonna, here it is right here, bada boom, right? So entry was sitting here at about 61.5, and now this is up about 8%. Can't really complain about that. Plenty of money to be had here, guys, but don't worry, when price decides to dump back to the downside, we will be making these same gains on short positions on the way down. But this begs the question, or the next question, of what is Bitcoin likely to do next here, guys? Now, again, I will say my general sentiment does remain basically the same same here on Bitcoin, waiting for that previous all-time high to come in right over here at about $69,000. This is the next key level of resistance, in my opinion. Now, most locally, right, we are starting to get some turbulence around this daily naked point of control. And if you guys remember to some previous live streams, I was kind of mentioning that there really isn't much between where we were at the time, which was down here in this area of consolidation. There's really not that much from where we were here all the way up to 69K. Now, there are some levels. We have this value area high and weekly level, but obviously these did not really give us that strong of a reaction, right? Like the weekly gave us a little bit of resistance, as you would expect, right? And even here, guys, I was talking to the premium Discord earlier, like even here, right? You get the move up earlier to above $65,000, and what happens? You wind up getting a nice little sideways range here. We pull that volume profile to give us context into what price is doing, and now you can see that not only did we come up here, deviate above our value area high, we also got a swing failure pattern right here, right, where price wicked up and closed the candle back below before going all the way back down to the bottom of the range. This is oftentimes, I mean, you're not always going to get a swing failure pattern. The confirmations change constantly, but this is why we use the volume profile, because you could have caught that short to the low, and then not only that, if you were not in a long position and you wanted to look for one, this volume profile, this range here, lets you know, hey, once price gets below this level here, which is the value area low, you could look at this as an undervalued Bitcoin compared to the relative price action, and you could say, well, hey, if we're thinking this is going higher, or we at least know that the fair value is up in here, when you deviate below that range, you could look at this as an undervalued Bitcoin and look for a long position back into the range, up to the high, and then if you break out, well, look at that, you're long from the low. And this is literally, obviously there's more to it. You have to understand the confirmations and what we look for to actually enter the trades, but this is how we use the volume profiles to add context into the market to actually catch these positions. I say this all the time. People constantly tell me, oh, wow, I bet Frank's short from the top or long from the bottom, and this is how we do it. It's not that I'm seeing a low and saying, this is the bottom, we're going to 69K from here. I use the context of the volume profile to anticipate smaller moves, and then if you get the bigger move, your small day trade or 2-3 day swing trade might turn into a longer Grand Slam position. And if you guys remember back when we had Garrett Soloway on the show a while ago, he was talking about how singles and doubles will make you rich in this market. It's the going for grand slams and home runs constantly is what makes people go broke, right? So it's catching these little scalp trades from the high to the low, right? And then you can move your stop loss to your entry. If you get stopped out, you'll get stopped out in profit. But there's plenty of money to be had on those small positions, and then eventually price will take off, and one of those trades will likely turn into that grand slam position. But the key is to not really expect that to happen. Let those grand slams ride when they come, but don't go hunting for those grand slam trades, because that's when you over leverage or put too much capital on the trade. You risk too much without a trading plan. That's how you easily turn trading into gambling. And if you want to catch these positions like we do, and I'll pull up the trades in just a second, you can't be trading like that. You have to have an actual plan. So the question is, where are we likely to go next? Now, I want to focus kind of on this key level right here, guys. We do have a daily naked point of control sitting at $66,725. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is a key level, right? It's a key level. It's a naked point of control. These are one of the stronger levels that we like to look at. However, this is a trading view point of control, meaning I found this level using trading view, and it doesn't make the level invalid by any means at all. However, I do like to find my naked points of control on an order flow software like Exocharts. And the reason for this is because those platforms pull real-time data from the exchanges, giving you a more accurate volume analysis or more accurate volume data, making those naked points of control potentially a little bit more accurate. Now, on Exocharts, I will say there are no naked points of control. Actually, if I could, maybe I could pull this up real quick here. There are no naked points of control from where we are here all the way to the all-time high. So if you're looking at Exocharts and looking at those naked points of control, really the next key level is that all-time high. I'll let that load for a second. The next key level is that all-time high at $69,182. However, if we look at the daily naked points of control on TradingView, we do have one here sitting at 66,725, right? So maybe we get some turbulence around this level. Maybe we get a harsh rejection. But I do just want to point out that I typically do use Exocharts to find these levels. And this is not a level that is on Exocharts. I'll actually pull this up right now. Let this load a little bit. Shout out to the CandleMafia, guys. Let's see. Yo, shout out to what is that? Solidify says, Frankie, it's a little too early for you. Shout out to Solidify. Yeah, we are. We're usually live at 5:45, which we still are, guys. We just when Bitcoin does exciting stuff, we like to We like to come up here and celebrate. Shout out to the Mafia guys. Drop some sauce cans or LFGs in the chat if you're making money on these moves to the upside. And then we will get into the altcoins very soon here, guys. So you can see here, this is actually Dogecoin, which we're going to get to in just a minute, guys, sitting at almost 17 cents, which is actually a very key level on the chart that we looked at on Monday, and we were looking for that price to get hit. And I want to break that down, guys, because I really hope that there are some people in here from the morning stream on Monday, guys, because what we were looking at on Dogecoin was a textbook breakout, and we were literally looking for it to happen, and then by the night stream that day, we had already broken out, and now we're seeing Dogecoin hit the targets we were looking at, and I want to show you guys and reiterate exactly what we were looking at, because this is going to happen 100 other times on other coins that you will be able to catch the move on and make a ton of money. So we're going to take a look at that as well, but first, I want to take a look at Bitcoin to make sure that we're getting all these key levels. So let's pull up the daily naked points of control for Bitcoin. And like I said, let's see. Dot next. Yo, shout out to Self Wealth Crypto. We can take a look at Polkadot in just a second. I will say, full disclosure, I did pick up a bunch of Dot at the end of last week. I did sell some ETH that I was much in profit on, and I did roll that over into Polkadot for maybe a very specific reason that may be popping up on the chart. But let's go ahead and come on, XO Charts. Come on, run it, baby. Run it. Give us all that. Process the files, baby. Enhance. Let's go. Let's see. Market cap at 1.3 trillion. Let's go. Shout out to Wick 589. Let's go. New all-time high. Let's go. Shout out to Gold says, sell my quant for Dot. Okay, done. No, don't do that. Don't just take financial advice from some crazy guy on the internet. I'm just kidding. I'm not recommending you sell anything for Dot. I might have made the wrong choice. Maybe Dot doesn't pump, and then I regret selling my ETH. Who knows, right? But anyway, taking a look here, you guys can see, let me zoom out a little bit here. Come on, bada boom, bada bing. Let's go. Okay, so I'm not gonna go back to get all this to process. We got to look at the other pair. But this is what we use, right? We use these naked points of control because they are slightly more accurate, in my opinion, guys, because of the way that XOCharts pulls the information from the exchange. But we don't have those MPOCs above, right? There's just nothing above us right now. But then on TradingView, you actually do wind up having. Oh god, I got so many TradingView windows open. We do have these naked points of control on TradingView, so I just put a little less weight on them. It doesn't mean that they won't act as strong resistance, but they're just not like one of those like, oh my god, guys, watch this key level, it's gonna dump us. But it is something there, right? Technically, I am digging for these levels, guys. Like I have to look for these levels because there's really nothing significant above. So if we don't get a reaction off this naked daily point of control at 66,725, simply put, I would be looking for us to get above it, flip it to support, and then get that next big move to the upside, eventually targeting that all-time high. I don't know why I'm like drawing this backwards, but looking for that previous all-time high at $69,000 to come in at some point. And to be quite honest, guys, like my sentiment remains exactly the same. It's like one of those situations where we look for something on the chart, and now we're just sitting here. There's like nothing new to look at. We're just watching what we were looking for play out. So pretty nice because not only does that come with just sitting back and watching price move to where you wanted it to move, but it also comes with some pretty nice gains here, guys. So let me just pull up Femex really quickly. I am still holding my longs. This is that little scalp long position that we entered the other day. And unfortunately, guys, I didn't mess the trade up, but this is a little bit upsetting to me because I actually only put in, this is only half the position I originally wanted. I wanted a $40,000 position. It's only a $23,000 position. So still, a decent, a nice trade, but a little upset that this was a smaller position than I realized. But we're still up 76%. Almost up $2,000. Matic trade absolutely slapping, as we knew we wanted to hold this because there were no signs for us to close this long position. This is massively in profit, over $10,000 in profit. Our gigalong from 26.8 is still being held. I barely have any money left in this trade, guys. I only have $167 of margin left here. However, I am holding this for the meme until I want to close it so I can use this money for other trades. I probably won't hold this forever. I really want to just hold this for all-time highs. But I'll probably probably wind up closing this to put this money back to work on fresh trades. But all really, really nice long positions. And like I said, this was one, I believe this one might have been put in the dining room. This little scalp long may have been put in the dining room. If you guys are not familiar with what the dining room is, go check out the free Discord. There's a section called Dining Room, and this is our kind of freemium section of the Discord where all you have to do is use one of our exchange affiliate links and put your user ID in when you ask for access. You just have to put in your user ID from one of our exchange affiliates, and then you will get access to many, many super valuable channels. One of them is a premium TA channel from me, where you get one premium TA post from the premium Discord, and sometimes it is a trade setup. Like I said, don't quote me on that. You're going to have to go check. But I do believe the long setup was in that dining room, and people always ask me, like, I don't have money to join the premium, but I want to try to learn how to trade. This is definitely the next step, guys. The first step would be get into the free Discord and just talk to other people who are trading. That will help you along. They'll help you avoid mistakes that you're likely to make that they've already made, right? This is one of the big mistakes I made in my journey, was not joining Discords and talking to other traders. I tried to do it on my own, and I probably would have saved a lot of money and time if I were to just find a community of people like the CandleMafia. This is the whole point of this YouTube channel, is to create the resources that I wish I had when I started my trading journey. So find a community, even in a free Discord like we have, and talk to these people who have already are further along in their journey than you are, and they can help you avoid those mistakes. But then that next step is definitely get in that dining room. Not only do we have the premium TA from the premium Discord once a week, it's either a trade setup or a premium TA post. You also have our altcoin gem channel, which is absolutely popping off. We have a token metrics channel talking about token metrics and what coins look bullish on there. If you don't know what token metrics is, check it out. But definitely go check out that dining room, guys. But yeah, so I'm gonna let these run, guys. Like I said, my sentiment remains the same. Going to be expecting those all-time highs. But the next key level of resistance, if I were looking for maybe some scalp shorts, it would be had at this daily naked point of control. But other than that, not really looking for any major short positions until we get to that previous all-time high. Super, super exciting, guys. Taking a look at the daily here, I'm not going to lie, there is still some developing to do here on the indicator. But once this VWAP crosses over that zero line, guys, we are likely to get another green dot. And we may be in one of those situations where you want to be careful with these bearish signals on Market Cypher, right? Like, we didn't get the bearish divergence. This got invalidated. However, this does look like you have to understand that in a massively bullish environment like we're in right now, guys, there is oftentimes your bearish signals are just going to get spit in their face, right? They're just going to get absolutely stepped on. Even your daily red dots don't really do much, right? They only give you, obviously this one was March 2020. We all know what was happening there. But when you're in these big parabolic moves to the upside, guys, you want to be very careful. Like, even look at these daily red dots. Daily red dots in a bear market or even a sideways market are pretty strong, and you could typically get some pretty nice swing trades off of them. But when you're in a parabolic move to the upside, oftentimes those red dots and even bearish divergences, even if you're looking at a higher time frame, oftentimes they will wind up just coming out as sideways consolidation. So you just have to be careful. Often, you do get, a couple red candles here, but this is not, these are not red dots you want to be looking for big shorts on. So I am handling the market with that with those goggles on, right? Like, really just expecting the longs to play out. This is why I'm saying be very greedy with the longs at this point and very conservative with the shorts. I've taken a couple of shots at shorts on the way up. I keep getting stopped out, but the key is that I'm getting stopped out for very small losses that are, for example, guys, these are my long positions, right? This is the realized profit. This is money that I got locked in on both of these trades. I'm actually negative on fees on this, but obviously the profit will take care of that plus profit. But these are the wins, right? My losses, the last two trades that I got stopped out of, I lost $150 and I lost $250. But when you're taking wins home of over $10,000 on trades, those you could lose. Think about how many losses that size you can have, right? And that's really the key to trading. That is one of the biggest things that people don't talk about. People are always hunting out that next perfect strategy, that next indicator that's going to tell them when to buy, when to sell. This is not what makes. This is obviously a huge part of trading, but this is not what makes a profitable trader. You can have the best strategy. You can have an indicator that tells you exactly when to buy and exactly when to sell. But there is nothing that can stop you from becoming greedy. There is nothing that can stop you from feeling like you're going to miss out on a trade. It's the control of these emotions that turns you into a trader that can bring home money of sizable, livable amounts, right? trading is not going to be lucrative for you if you're gambling, hitting it really big, and then just wrecking the account, and then gambling and then hitting it big and then losing everything and wrecking the account, right? You need to be able to win sustainably and consistently over time. And in my experience, and probably any other successful trader that you talk to is going to tell you the same thing. It is almost 80% emotion, and then the rest is just your strategy and indicators or whatever the actual TA you're doing. Most of it is emotion, and there's no indicator or strategy that is going to get that out of your system. You need to control that with your own discipline, and it's very, very hard, and it's why most people fail at trading. Because it's just human. It's just a human condition, right? Like you are battling the hardest thing that you could possibly go up against, right? It's yourself. It's impossible to fight yourself. Not impossible. It's extremely difficult. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna hit a button on the stream deck. Hopefully, it's a button that makes sense. But shout out to. Oh, there we go. Shout out to Creighton C. Says, "Love you, Frankie. You have no idea." You have no idea how much you helped me. That goes for Tom Crown, Jason Casper, Tino, Crypto Face. Love you all, Mafia. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat, bro. It literally gives me goosebumps that I am able to help you. And this is literally why I wake up and do this every single day. And when we see things play out like this, we absolutely love it. Shout out to Tony D said, the link will bring you right to the timestamp. Okay, yeah, shout out to Tony D. I may pull that up in a second. But guys, speaking of what Tony's talking about, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these altcoins really quickly. First off, I want to take a look at Doge because this thing is absolutely screaming to the upside, and it's almost like we knew it was gonna happen. Do we show the clip? Should we show the clip, Tony? I don't know. I don't want to show the clip because I feel like it seems like we're bragging, but I don't really care because we're not bragging. I want to show you how to make money, so we're going to do it. Bear with me here, guys. I don't know if this clip might be the right clip. Hopefully, Tony found it. But this was... let me see. Was this, hopefully this was the morning stream. Let me see what he pulled up here. Let me see. Bear with me here. All the way up to these previous bull market. Yeah. Okay. Hang on one second, guys. I have to pull some stuff up here. I don't want to leak any personal information. But let me just go ahead and pull this up. Because this is what we were looking at on Dogecoin. I believe this was, oh yeah, this was the night. Oh no, maybe this was the morning stream. I guess it was. Okay, so I just want to show you guys what we were looking at, right? So this is Monday's live stream, the live stream. Now, taking a look here. Obviously, we've been looking at, DOT potentially being somewhat undervalued, right? I'm sorry, this is DOT. We want Doge, which is these higher levels. Right next, I believe. Right? There we go. I don't know why I said friends over at Dogecoin, like we know the Dogecoin people. I mean, our friendly holders of Doge over on Dogecoin still stuck in this bear market range. Now, again, when a lot of these other altcoins have already broken out and have started testing the previous value area lows, and some of them are even in their macro value areas, getting those gigantic moves to the upside. I mean, heck, Ethereum is dang near the top, right? Dang near their value area high. And you have things like DOT. You have things like Dogecoin still chilling in these bear market ranges. So there you go, guys. I'm just going to cut it there. I just wanted to show you guys, as I try to pull this stuff back up, looking at Doge, saying, I know a lot of people feel like they're missing the altcoins, but there are things like Doge, there are things like DOT still in their bear market ranges, approaching their value area highs with fresh money flow crossovers on the weekly. And oftentimes that is where these exact signals are what have given other things like Link, other things like Matic, other things like, another coin that did the same thing. I don't know them all off the top of my head. We can look at them right now. But saying, guys, if we're going to get a breakout here, it's more likely now than ever that we could start that journey. And what would that target be? Simply put, the value area low of that bull market range. Right? Let me pull up my face camera here because I don't know what I have open. But while I bring these windows around. But let's pull up the chart again here, guys. What is Dogecoin doing? It is literally sitting right at its value area low of that bull market range, which is literally what we were looking for. Not because I'm the best trader, not because I'm the best analyst, not because I can do it and you can't. But the reason I show this to you is because we explained how to do it on that live stream, and I really want you guys to understand. Pay attention to these live streams. This information is valuable. We don't say this to get clicks. We say this to give good, valid, solid, usable, actionable, profitable information to you guys so you can make these predictions just like we do. We don't want you to be a slave to the YouTube channel. We want you to hang out with the Mafia and chill with us on these live streams, but I want to show you guys how to do this, and this is why we go back to look at what we've gotten wrong and what we've gotten right, because this is how you're going to learn. And look where Dogecoin is. This is not because I'm magic. This is not because I have a crystal ball. Maybe it is. I don't know. But we were at the top of the range with the weekly money flow crossover, etc. I'm not going to go over everything we looked at. You can go check out that live stream. Click that link if you want to go to the timestamp. But this is exactly what we've been looking for. And shout out to anybody who took that information and used it, right? We got that move, and we are now approaching the value area low of that previous bear market range. This is, I mean, simply put, right? This is the beauty of being prepared, right? Like you look for what you want, you get it to play out, and now you're just sitting for the next kind of if this then that statement to play out, right? We said if you get the breakout, you're probably going to get a move towards that value area low. Now you've gotten that move to the value area low, so the if this then that we're waiting for is if we approach this value area low, what is likely to happen? Well, number one, it's likely to act as resistance, right? As on the first approach, this is resistance. You have to understand that, right? But the beauty here is maybe we hit that value area low, we get a little bit of consolidation, we can then pull one of our volume profiles, find the context into the market and where price is likely to go next, and try to look for long positions at the bottom of that potential range that we may or may not form. I don't know. But if you did get that, just like on Bitcoin, we waited for the big move up, you get the consolidation, you find that long position, and you get a move to the upside. And that's how you can make the money, right? And we just showed that on Bitcoin. But that's kind of what I'd be looking at for Doge, expecting this to act as resistance. But then once you get the breakout and you can get above this value area low and hold it as support, guys, Dogecoin is likely going to go on the same run that a lot of the other altcoins went on, right? Just like Ethereum. Broke below its bull market range, right? Broke above its bull market range, right to the POC. Right? I don't know why the OC is gone. It just says P. That's weird. But that's like really awkward. That definitely happened by accident. It's a very small thing, but I don't know why I feel so embarrassed about that. Better than it saying PP, right? They're better than two Ps. Anyway, once you got above that value area low, you were looking for the quick move up to the POC. You get it. And then once you flip that POC to support, you look for the move to the value area high. And just like that, guys, we are looking for the same thing on Doge. And so far, the plan has worked out perfectly. We're just hoping that it continues to play out perfectly, which I'd like to remind you is not guaranteed, right? We could easily just nuke to zero from here. Obviously, I don't think it's likely, but you have to understand these are financial decisions you have to make on your own. I am not a financial advisor, and although I may be decent at, trying to figure out where price is going and then it does what we want it to, I am not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you what to do with your money. These are decisions you have to make. So there you go. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. We're not actually doing anything with money. We're just watching candles go up and down, and we try to guess which way they're going. But anyway, there you go, guys. Shout out to anybody who saw those that stream while we were looking at Dogecoin, just simply looking for these moves. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, man, and here's the thing, guys. You might find yourself in a situation where maybe you were in that live stream, and maybe you did see what we were looking at, but you didn't pull the trigger. Maybe you got a little nervous. Maybe you got cold feet. Maybe you didn't know if it was going to play out. Maybe you were waiting for one more pullback. That's okay. And then maybe you're feeling massive FOMO right now. That's okay. But feel the feeling. Do not act on them, right? Feel the FOMO, right? For me, do I have as much Dogecoin as I would have liked here? Probably not. You can always want more, right? And to be honest, guys, we look at so many coins and we see so many things. We're not right all the time. I'm not going to sit up here ever and tell you guys we're right all the time. We're wrong sometimes too. Absolutely. We're right more than we're wrong. But think about all the coins we look at. And every time a coin does what I think it's going to do, I can't invest or trade every single coin that we look at. People ask for altcoin requests in the chat, and they always say, like, hey, can you take a look at this coin? Can you take a look at that coin? And we do. And oftentimes we're right about, sometimes we're wrong, but oftentimes we're right about where these coins are going to go. And I can't tell you how many times I go through my trading view and I see the TA that we did on coins, and I'm like, man, could have traded that, could have traded that, could have traded that. But if I did that, things would become so scattered and unorganized, it would probably wind up making me lose money. So you're always going to feel FOMO. I feel FOMO every day, especially because I look at so much stuff. But it's impossible for me to long Doge, Sheet, like everything, right? I could, long a few of them, but you got to keep things organized. You don't want to get totally out of control just because you're feeling FOMO and you just long everything. So if you are feeling that feeling, I recommend that you soak in that feeling, right? Feel that pain and then just say, and that's okay. Right? Man, I missed that move. Dang it, I'm leaving money on the table. And that's okay. And there will be another shot. And there will be another setup. Always. Even if we start dumping. That is the beauty of being a trader like we do on this channel. Even if we start dumping, You could look at it like, oh my God, I missed all those gains, and then it starts dumping. You have an opportunity to make the same gains on the way down by shorting the asset, right? So luckily for us, we make money when it goes up and down. You don't even have to worry about missing the move up because you just catch the move down. So there we are. Beautiful move on Dogecoin, guys, and that's what I'd be expecting in the near term. Key resistance is that 18 cent level at that value area low, and then once we get above that level, you guys know what you should be expecting from there. And then you might be thinking to yourself, like, is there anything that hasn't moved? Well, this is why we were talking about Doge, was because this was one of the altcoins that did not move, that looked like it wanted to move. And then if you missed this one, I'm going to give you one more. Now, I'm not guaranteeing it plays out exactly the same. Shout out to whoever asked for this, because we did talk about this, as you saw in that clip right before we looked at Doge. We were looking at Polkadot, which is in a very similar situation, yet not as far along. But here we are, guys. The same exact thing that we were looking at on Dogecoin, we were looking at on Polkadot as we were approaching. Let me just draw that purple box, because I know that purple box was there when we talked about it. Bada boom. Bada bing, guys. We were within this purple box saying, hey, you have the weekly money flow crossover. You're at your value area high. You've broken out, got a fake out, retested your POC, which we know oftentimes results in a breakout, right? You get the false breakout, you retest the POC, and then you get the move to higher prices. And we talked about all this on Monday's live stream. And here we are, right? We were about like in the beginning of this purple box, similar to what Doge was looking at in the clip I just showed. And I mean, you could just pause the video on dot because we looked at dot as well. We were sitting right about here, looking at that money flow crossover, saying, hey, if we're going to break out, it's likely this is the best chance than any that we're going to have to get that breakout. And I did buy a bunch of dot on that day, guys, down here. And here we are on that beautiful breakout. And you guys might be thinking to yourself, Frank, I thought you don't trade breakouts. This is a totally different situation, right? There's totally different context to this plan. This is not a leverage trade. This is not a day trade. This is a swing trade where I picked up a significant amount of the asset and I expect it to make a very big move. And here we are. And I'm not going to lie, guys, like it's getting there, right? Like, it's probably, if this thing is going to rip like I would like it to, it's not going to be long until you look back and you're like, it's looking like Doge. And you're like, oh my God, why didn't I just make the move? And it's okay if you feel that, guys. I get that feeling too sometimes still. And I used to get it all the time. It's okay. But I just want to let you guys know, I'm not telling you to FOMO buy DOT right now, right? To be honest, the responsible thing to do would be wait for a pullback. But we're at a part in the market where you may or may not even get that pullback. So these are decisions you have to make on your own. I mean, there's nothing really saying that this can't do the same thing Doge did. And to be honest with you, Doge is obviously a proven meme coin. It's like the godfather of meme coins, if you will. So I'm not saying like Dogecoin's this like crazy low. It's a high market cap, right? It's not like this like low cap garbage S coin, meme coin. It's kind of like made itself it's a legitimate project, right? They have real stuff they have going on behind the scenes. It's got a high market cap. It's been around for a bunch of years, right? It's proven itself to not be a complete piece of garbage. But DOT, on the other hand, is like a legitimate asset, a legitimate project with legit fundamentals and legit tech. So, even more of a reason, in my opinion, why I bought it, right? So there you go. And when you're up massively on your ETH, like in my opinion, there is nothing wrong. This is why I took profit, right? Ethereum had already run up from its bear market range into the previous value area and filled it in full. Doge and DOT did not do that. That's why I was interested in those on Monday's live stream. And, if you're looking at structure-wise, right, Ethereum is already up here at the value area high, right? So Ethereum's already gotten that massive move up. So why would I not roll some of those profits back into something that has not gotten that run up yet, right? This is like the never-ending cycle of rolling your money into new assets to grow that portfolio. So here you go. Not a warning, but DOT potentially looking for the same thing. And I'm not telling you to go FOMO buy this. Maybe you go and look at the charts and you think this is going to dump and you're like, that guy Frankie Candles is a moron. He's going to get wrecked. And that's totally fine. I'm willing to get wrecked. I manage my risk very well. But there you go. You cannot argue this is the almost exact same setup we were looking at on Dogecoin. Now, if we see it play out exactly the same, and the reason we were looking at it on a Dogecoin was because it worked on Ethereum, it worked on Link, it worked on Solana, it worked on Matic, it worked on Bitcoin, right? It worked on all these other assets. It's not just like we're blindly looking for this, but if we do see this play out very similarly, guys, we're going to be looking for a potential run up to this level here at $14.31. And then that would be basically where Dogecoin is right now. So if we see that run up in the same, it's like, I think, most people understand what we're looking at here, right? So like the structure is bear market range, bull market range. You leave the bear market range, go to the bull market range. Dogecoin is sitting at that value area low. If that was in the same situation, it would be sitting right here. So your next key level and I'll be honest with you guys, we are playing with this key level at about $9.86. Frankie Candles, why is this a key level? It's not because I'm saying, oh, well, we bounced here. Number one, it was an extremely pivotal support and resistance flip, right? So you flip this resistance to support, and then after that, you see like crazy all-time bull market highs, right? So not only is it like, and then you wound up coming down, you found support around this zone again, and then not only is it a legitimate level because of that, but if we pull up the VPVR, even more excitingly, guys, once we crack this key level, you can see it does break us above this shelf of volume that we have. Come on, volume. Let's get the volume to move here. Come on. There you go. You can see we are starting, once you get above this key level and hold it as support, you are starting to potentially break within this low volume gap at about 14, between where we're at right now and about $14.50. So if we continue up and hold support here, this low volume gap could give us a quick move to that key level, just like we saw on Dogecoin. Like, this is why I'm a trader, guys. Like, I don't know why you would want to pay attention. Like, I pay attention to the fundamentals. I do a lot of research into the projects, into the technology. If you guys see our videos, you'll know that, right? And, there's, for my long-term bags, we will do the longer-term analysis. We will do the tech analysis, the fundamental analysis, etc. But when you're looking at a chart, it's like, this just simplifies everything for me. Do I want to invest in solid assets with solid tech? Yes, and we could do that as well. But when you're looking at a chart, guys, why did we expect Dogecoin to rip from where it was all the way to not only this key level that we have drawn right here, which is because of this high volume node, but also rip to here? Well, if you look at the volume, all your volume is down here. There's a massive gap all the way up to 1450. That's why you expect the quick move up there. And we talked about this, right? Quick move down often results in a quick move up. So if you get into that low volume gap, expect the quick move. And then what happens? Absolute Lambo candle. It's not because I'm a genius, guys. It's because we know how to do the TA. And we teach it for free every single weekday right here at sometimes in the morning, but most of the time at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there you go. Simply put, that is what I'm looking at on DOT. So we can hold above this level and continue up, guys. We may see this thing start to get really exciting to the upside. Absolutely beautifully. I might make an altcoin update today, guys, and just run through some other altcoins that I'm looking at that may be in some similar situations, or maybe just do an altcoin update on the ones that are pumping too. Let me know in the chat. Hit me with a hashtag Valley if you guys want to see that. Shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto in the chat. What is going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in, bro. What is going on? My average entry into DOT was like $28 from last cycle. Bought way more at the $5. Staked it. Staked it till I made it, I think is what that's supposed to say. Shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto. Let's go. He said, I think Algo is about to increase the minimum to stake to 30,000. Algo, interesting. Darren Dusting says weekly money flow is goated. Absolutely, guys. And again, like I said, the reason I'm so heavy on calling these moves, and I'm not acting like we said, I hate saying calling. I feel like that's such a pretentious thing that people say to make people think that they're right more than they are. But if you know anything about this channel, you know that I will admit that we are wrong sometimes, right? And I'm happy to point it out when we are. I showed a bunch of 2 trades that I got stopped out of the other day. We do not win all the trades. We're not always right. But we show you exactly why we expect things to happen. And we fully disclose that it may not play out, right? Because nobody knows what's going to happen. And you're about at that point where you're going to start seeing people make crazy calls very confidently, where they're like, Bitcoin is going to go to this level. Ethereum is going to dump from here. And these people understand there is nothing they can be looking at that you can't look at that they would know something that you don't know. And I'm kind of the guy, right? Like, I will tell you if someone is being dishonest, right? Because we're looking at the charts. If someone says, oh, guys, I looked at the chart and there's massive support here, you can go look at the chart and fact check that influencer and be like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. There's no support there, right? And you want to be careful about people just calling, and there's a lot of good content creators out there that don't do that, right? You just have to be careful about which ones you pick. But this is no shade to anybody, but I want to protect the mafia. The point of this whole thing is not only the whole decentralized revolution, right? That is an important part of this space. But we are also here to make money. And I know if you're watching my channel and you're learning how to trade and you want to learn how to read the charts, you probably want to make money too. And you can't ignore that. And I don't want you guys to be holding on for, $1 million this cycle, because You'll see. Someone will call for $1 million this cycle, just like they were calling for $2K and $500 Bitcoin or whatever. And you just got to be very, very careful. So with that being said, guys, that's what we're looking at, not only on Bitcoin, but also on DOT and Dogecoin. How long we've been going here. Don't forget to smash that like button. Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool. So, guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Make sure you keep an eye on these alts, and I will, maybe I will make an altcoin update and drop it a little bit later today. Tony D says, check Super Chats. Did we miss any Super Chats? Let's check it. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Thank you for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. You're the man. And then Tony D said, can you look at DIKO? I never ask for anything. Shout out to Tony D. Yes, I can take a look at that for you. No problem. Kind of weird that, well, there you go. I don't know. There you go. I don't know what this is. But it doesn't have a chart, Tony, but I'll just text me after the stream and send me the chart or something, and I'll take a look at it for you, no problem. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably on like Dex Tools or something like that. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for today's quick little 1-hour morning live stream. Oh, it's a moon meme. Shout out to Tony D. That's probably why there's no chart. But I'll try to find one for you after the stream, brother. But with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got. Oh, shout out to Satoshi said, love you, Frankie. I try to tune in every day, but I don't get to chat as much anymore. It's airdrop season, and I'm on it. LOL. Killing it. Still filling bags and staking pretty much everything. Shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto, who may or may not be the real Satoshi. We don't ask questions around here. But shout out to you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys later at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing, bong. That sounds wrong. Bing, bong.
Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a mill, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.